you know the deep, dark secrets of the web. You know what people are looking for. What kinds of stocks and search terms are under the cover of darkness people searching on Investopedia?
Brian, it's been a crazy year, a tale of two cities, a tale of two markets, a tale of two economies, any way you want to look at it. But when you look at the top search terms on Investopedia throughout the year and when they were spiking, it's really the story of what happened this year. The top spiking term, stimulus check. It's probably the top spiking term today, too. It's been in the news basically since the middle of the summer, and it's been the most popular term in terms of search on our site. The most activity of people looking for it. They've also been looking for stock split. That was Tesla and Apple with those big stock splits back at the end of the summer. That drove that term crazy. People were searching all over for that one. Marxism, always a fan favorite on Investopedia. People love looking for Marxism and its cousin socialism. And of course, that was huge around the elections. But we have a list of our top 10 spiking terms. It's on the site, and I'd love to go through them with you.
Yeah, let's do it. By the way, margin calls, I love that. Spike during the March market crash. It kind of shows you that people are obviously leveraged out there. They're on Robinhood or whatever. Maybe they borrowed money and there's all of a sudden, what's a margin call? By the way, Margin Call, probably the best movie about the financial crisis. Got no love, Caleb, but I think it was the
totally
best
underrated
movie out there. All right, what?
Totally underrated.
You agree, right? A fantastic movie, by the way. What else are people looking for?
Well, margin call, you mentioned Black Swan. We had a Black Swan event. Some may say it wasn't a Black Swan. We may know it was coming. That Black Swan event, the coronavirus, obviously. SPAC, I thought that was going to be the number one term because it's been so popular the last 6 months. It was one in the top 10. Not the most popular, but I have a feeling, given your predictions for next year, SPAC will be back in the top 10 next year as well. Forbearance, unfortunately, severance pay, the things that people were looking for as their personal finances were coming apart. Either they got laid off, they were laying people off, or they got furloughed. So that was a popular term as well. And of course, the VIX, the CBOE Volatility Index, always a popular one. But if you remember back in March and April, it was screaming like a 2-year-old in a toy store when it's time to go home. So those were the top 10. Very interesting list. And when they spiked was just important. If you look around the election period, Marxism, socialism, those are the top spiking terms around then. And even after the election, people were looking up those terms.
I love that. A 2-year-old in a toy store said so. When you can go back in toy stores in the New York area, Caleb, very quickly, any idea of what stocks people still love? What are they looking for?
Our readers love that home cooking, especially the U.S. readers. So they're predicting big gains for tech. They're predicting big gains for healthcare. No surprise there. But they like the home cooking. They like the stocks that brought them here. So their top 10 list looks a lot like the top 10 list of the QQQ. Looks a lot like the top 10 list of some of the index funds. It's Amazon. It's Apple. It's Tesla now. Now that Tesla's in the S&P 500. They liked it before. They like it going forward. And they like some cannabis stocks too. But to your energy point earlier, a lot of them like the energy stocks and like the dividend play. So 2021 is going to be an interesting year, and I can't wait for it to start.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.